I'm live.
Mándamelo a mi cuenta.
Oh, yes, I am live. Oh, the link. You don't have it? Hello, 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 hello.
Did you?
In theory, I think I'm live. Let me send you the link. Is okay, guys. Just let me send this link to my buddy so he can be helping me. Facebook.
How do you turn on this?
Oh shit! I don't know. No, I think then you're gonna have to do it on the other computer. Okay,
I'll try
so
myself.
okay, guys, I'm sending. There you go. No, that's not the link. Let's see. Ah, get shareable link. This is the one. Okay, is the last one I'm sending you. Righty? Okay, we're online. Hello, hello. I'm gonna chat. Hello. Anybody here? Okay, I'm all set. Hey, Brandon. Hello, Brandon. Hello, hello. We are about to start. I'm just waiting for my buddy.
Right.
For actually, let me put the like this. Yes, I'm waiting for Gonzalo to be online. You're online, man?
Yes, I'm online.
Could you chat? Add something to the chat. I think this chat has improved. Yes, perfect. Wow, and it's very fast. Alrighty. Okay, so Brandon, let's get it started. This, well, I'm gonna discuss a couple of subjects. Let's see if we can cover all of them. Alrighty, I'm gonna try to explain as much as I can so you can really learn something, but also I want to try to do it as fast as I can too, so I can cover as much as I can, but deep. Okay, so you guys can learn a lot. Okay, so first is a drawing from Zenden. Okay, actually, I'm gonna minimize this. Zenden is a student who sent me. I don't. Maybe he's not online, but you, Zenden, in case you're watching this video later, sent me this drawing for criticize. Okay, so you're doing the eyes in the Rogue Mangaka for beginners. All right, and what I see is this drawing is, well, actually, let's give it a score from 1 to 10. What score do you give it? Super honest. From 1 to 10, what score would you give this drawing? Notice that it's also a sketch, so for being a sketch,
Four.
4. Okay, we have a 4. I'm gonna create a new.
And my five.
Alrighty. Actually, I'm gonna be using this the new program I got. Alrighty. Okay, so we have a 4. What else? And a 5. Okay, and I give it a 4 too. I would give it a 4. So we have like 4 point something. It's 4 plus 5 plus 4, 4.33. Okay, so it has a score of 4.33, right? Okay, Brandon, you're asking, have you checked out the Kakani update? No, I haven't. Is it super cool? We can talk about this later, man, because that is super duper interesting. But anyway, all these questions, like accessing the training center and all of that, we're gonna deliver them later. All right. So yeah, and also some people have been emailing me because there are some problems with the training center.
Training center.
Yeah, and so my developer, I already contacted him, and he's gonna be taking care of that. Okay, so right now I'm not a developer. I don't know anything about coding and all of that. So yeah, if you can send an email to here to mds. Actually, I'm gonna post it in here. mds at 2D animation101.com. Let me see animation. You can send an email there, okay? To mds at 2danimation101.com for the training center, okay? Anyway, uh, let's continue. This is Zenden, okay? So he asked me, how would I improve this, right? Something I teach in a live class. How do you improve it? Okay, so the first thing is that the eyes are okay, but if you follow the face, okay, let me press Control 0 here. If you combine the rules we share and with this type of eyes, you get this face. This face is a little bit better than this one. Now there's a problem with this face. This face is not correct. Okay, when you do these kinds of eyes, the whole face has to be a little bit different. First, the angle of this is too steep. Let me just give you some quick guidance that I haven't teach in the beginners, because the beginners is less information. It's just to for curiosity. But you guys in the Learning Accelerator are getting more. So one thing, Brandon, you already know this. When the angle is a little bit more steep, more inclined to to being vertical, okay, when the angle is bigger, this is older characters.
I think you need to change the camera bin.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm.
because
Oh,
sometimes.
okay. Sorry. I'm actually I can just move the little screen. Let me move it to the other side. Yeah, there. Thank you, man. Yeah, I need those things. Those kinds of things. Great. Okay, so when I'm doing, when I'm doing, actually, I'm gonna be drawing here. If I use an angle like this angle would be for older characters, and the angle when it's very almost horizontal line, these are for characters that are younger. And when you use eyes as big as that, you need the chin to be more like this. Okay, that makes the character a little bit younger, a little bit more innocent. Okay, and also, I want to get rid of that. And also, another thing is that the face has to be a little bit bigger. It would go more like this. And also the eyes. I don't use the eyes the ovals like this. I use them a little bit more rounded. Anyway, I want you guys to give a score to this drawing. Score. Okay. Score from 1 to 10. I just put these two together. I'm not using any intuition. I'm just being very specific, like this plus this plus this gets you this. So for this, I personally I don't really like this one, but you guys give a number. Okay, we got a 9. What else? From 1 to 10. Brandon, you still with us? A 9. Wow. Okay. That is a 9. We have a 9. And because I'm an artist, are you still online? Okay. Well, let's leave it at that. For me personally, I would give it a 7. I don't like it. So let's do the math. Is 9 plus 9 plus 7, 8.33. Score is 8.33, right? It's not that bad. Some people can like it. I don't really like it. Let me tell you what I did is redraw the entire drawing, but without using any measurements, just being using my intuition. And this is what I got. This. Okay. So if you notice, I'm not shading the hair or anything. I just did it like a sketch. But the eyes, I'm using the eyes a little bit wider. Okay. And I think this looks a little bit better. So from 1 to 10, what would you give to this from 1 to 10? Now I'm the one being scored here. Go, go, guys. Super honest, brutally honest. From 1 to 10, what would you give it? From 1 to 10. Hmm. Right, all right. An 8? A 7? The other one that I, okay, it styles the other one. This one, I give it a 9. So it's probably just style. The other one, I really don't like it. This one. So you guys prefer this one? Well, I don't like it. But anyway, for me, I feel it's that there's a discrepancy between the chin, okay, and the same goes for the chin in here. It's too steep. This is too super mature. These kind of angles go for characters with eyes that are smaller, okay, and also the face has to be bigger, so the eyes would be more like around here. All right, but anyway, I don't know if is this making any sense. All good, but okay, let me just give a score. 7 plus 8 plus 9, an 8. Well, I prefer the other one. Oh, and by the way, there's another detail. This is something for anyone who has a digital tablet. Okay, if you're doing digital drawing, this is something that you can do to improve. This, by the way, this is not for I'm not giving this tip to openly for everyone. I'm just giving this tip for the people in the learning accelerator. This is it. This is how I teach, right? You just put, I'm gonna do a very quick and rough sketch in here. Okay, so the eye goes like that, and then you put the shiny part, the other shiny part, right? And then this is how I explain it. I'm gonna, oops, I'm gonna rotate this view a little bit. And what I do is you put the lines like this, right? That is the quick, basic way to do it. Now, a more advanced way is like this. This is only if you have a digital tablet. Okay, what you do is I'm gonna be painting this. Let me add a new. The way to paint this is you take a color, a very very clear color. Let's just take this one, and this is the color that I'm gonna use for the entire eye. Okay, let me do this as fast as possible. If this was a tutorial, this would be the part that I go in fast forward. But anyway, guys, thanks for your patience. Now, here's the tricky part. I'm gonna choose a darker color, a darker tone, and I'm gonna put it in here. Look what I'm doing in here. Like that, right? And then this is only if you have digital. And I learned this from my from corrections and tips that I get from Presha. Okay, look. And another thing, this is very important. You put this shadow in there and then some shadow in here. Okay, and then you pick even a darker color and you put it on top like that. Okay, that is a more advanced way to do this. Okay, so if you're coloring, that is one way to paint the eyes. Look, this looks way better, right? than this one. So let's give a score to the first one. Let's a score from 1 to 10, and then and then the next one. But the first one, let me just put a key, put a key, put here. Uh, Score for the eye from 1 to 10. Okay? What score would you give to the eye? The top eye, the one on the tutorials. A 7. We have a 7. Brandon, a 9. Wow. And I also give it a 7. All right? So let's see. 7 plus 9 plus 7 between divided 7.6. Right? Okay, now, what score do you give to the other one? There are a couple of more details too. This one has a little bit more detailed eyelashes. Okay, so to the second one from 1 to 10, what score do you give it? 8. We have an 8. We have another 9. Brandon, you give 9 to everyone. I give it a 10 because I get excited with that one. I like that. Uh, well, actually, let's put it on 9. On 9 too. So it would be 8 plus 9 plus 9, 8.66. Okay? There is a difference in price between these two. I'm not kidding. The second one, uh, the one in here, let me delete all my annotations. This one below, uh, compared with the one on top, this one can mean more money for you than this one, because this is beginners. This is more advanced. This is what you see in anime. Okay? And that is what we actually did. Let me go to my Facebook. What we actually did with the hunter's drawing. This one. Look. That's how I painted the eyes.
Brandon says he thinks they are both good. It just depends on the style you're going for.
And that I was gonna say the second one is what you would see in prints. Okay, interesting, but that is debatable. Of course, for this we would need someone who has made. We would need to bring pressure in here, like and she's a professional mangaka. But actually, I'm gonna ask her, "Hey, what do you think between those two?" And maybe she says both are shit. She's very cruel, not cruel, but she's very frank and she's super cool and makes me laugh. So anyway, okay, that's the first part. The a new way of painting this. Okay, this is what you see in anime. And this other one is more sketchy. You don't see this much. You only see it on sketches. Okay. Now there's a problem with this style. A lot of people go for this, like very very gentle, and this is a mistake. This has to be very very dark. Okay, this part has to be dark. Let me actually put a black in here. It has to be way darker, and then it starts getting more color. So the mistake is that I see a lot of students delivering like this, and this is a huge mistake. Okay, so there's a problem in here. I didn't do it as dark, but it's not too terrible. Anyway, let's move on. This same thing applies to what Jacqueline, you're probably gonna be watching this later, is the same mistake that I see in here. The eyes are way too narrow. Okay, the eyes are more like this. They should be a little bit wider. Okay, so let's give a score to this face. Okay, from 1 to 10, what would you give it? Okay, So, Jacqueline, if you're watching this, this is like facing like reality, like what people think. Okay, an 8 in the pupil, a 7. I give it I'm gonna be the mean guy here. I will give it a 6. Okay, let's see. Oops. Oh, we opened the wrong one.
7,
Uh,
6.
I have um what do we have? 8, 7. It's gonna be a 7. So the score is gonna be a 7, right? The thing is, the eye needs. Oops, let me remove that. The eye needs to be a little bit wider. This actually has to do with style, but it's not well executed. It's too thin. I can tell that this comes from a beginner and not a professional. Okay. Okay, so that is Jacqueline. Next, I want to share what we discussed in the last. I believe we discussed this in the last one about Basel, who delivered this, and these were my annotations. Sadly, I put all those annotations on the same layer, so I made a mistake, guys. Sorry for that. But anyway, Basel checked this out and he made improvements. Okay, so he took what he learned. Now notice this because there's gonna be some improvements. You're gonna see some improvements. Notice that the arms are sometimes they go a little bit squiggly. I don't know how to express this. Sometimes they have a lot of differences. Okay, look, this arm is way different because it doesn't have this little chunky part that this one has. You see? So there is and the hips are all over the place. Like he was having problem with the symmetry. After those explanations, look, the improvement, boom, wow. I There's still this problem of the line. The line is still very like this. That is a mistake. This is a mistake. Doing the lines like that. The lines need to be like this. Look, I'm doing multiple strokes, but I'm putting them on the same place, right? And the mistake Basel is doing is that it looks like this. This is wrong. Okay? And this is correct. That is the way to do it. So the lines, we are ignoring the lines. He explained that it is because he's using a tablet like the Wacom Intuos, one of those drawing tablets that have no screen. And now he's getting a screen tablet, and now we're gonna see huge improvement next time. Okay, so what do you think? I don't know. Let's score the last one so we can measure some improvement. Okay, I don't remember the scores on last session, but from 1 to 10, what score would you give to this exercise in general? From 1 to 10, 1 to 10, what would you give it? Okay, just put it there in the chat. I mean, it has a lag in here. We have a 7. Let me put a new layer in here. Oops. We have a 7.
6.
We have a 6. And I give it a 5. I really don't like it. Well, actually, the score would be a 6, right? I really don't like it. Now, that is the old one, right? Let's compare it with the new one. What score would you give this one from 1 to 10? 1 to 10, what score would you give it? Okay, let's put it in there.
Which one?
Then this is a new one. The last one was this. This is the version that I criticize, and this is a new one. This one is improved. Okay, this is version two. Let me just specify here. This is version two.
No,
After
7 and 7.5.
okay, 7.5. I also give it a 7. So it would be score 7.25 would be. Okay. So it went from a score of 6, it went up to 7. The reason why this is the improvement hasn't been big, super big, is because of the lines, right? I don't know. Do you guys agree? Do you agree that it has to do with the lines? What would you criticize? What can he fix?
Probably
Yeah, type it, because the microphone is only here. Okay, so add a comment. What would you improve? This is an opportunity for you guys to give some tips to Basel. I would say the line work for starters. I'm gonna put it here. Line, line work. What else can he? Line and shape. Line and shape. Up.
land
Share.
and varied shapes of the body part.
And then land and varied shapes of body parts. So he needs a little bit more precision. That's what you mean, Brandon? Like very varied shapes? You mean they are varied and it should be more precise? Is that it? I don't know. Let me. Well, I'm gonna varied.
Like the legs are different
Ah, okay. Yes, the legs are a little bit different.
on each character.
And in general, I believe it was an improvement. I was like, yeah, Basel, you're doing way better.
The chest
But
is
I think we all agree that maybe he's improving. Yeah. But yes, by the way, Brandon, your observations are really really good. If you're watching this, Basel, pay attention. This is super cool. You need so Basel, when you check this out, do pay attention to the shapes, because you're doing variations. You're improving, but you're still not there yet. You need to pay more attention, even focus even more. Okay, but you're gonna get there. And yeah, we actually all agree that you are improving. So keep it up, keep it up. And I'm talking about the drawings, of course. And now this one.
wow.
This one I think is super cool. This is from Charles Lee. I love the line work you're doing here, Charles. And he said, he's messing up a little bit with the size. He was conscious of that. Like, sometimes the sizes are the legs are bigger and sometimes shorter. But I was, yeah, but in general the proportions look right. In general, the proportions look correct.
So plain.
So clean. Yes, thank you. Now, this is a huge difference between a tablet with a screen and a tablet with no screen. Okay? The tablet with a screen, you can definitely do this. I'm gonna do a demonstration. Hey, can you help me with the camera? I'm gonna switch to the camera so I can explain in the screen while I'm doing it. Okay? Can you come here?
Yeah, give me a second.
Just hold. Okay, I'm gonna try to not go super duper wacky. Oh, and by the way, let me switch to here. Closer, closer, a lot closer. Okay, so this is something you can't do, like do a clean line with multiple strokes. You cannot do that when you're using a tablet that has no screen, okay? Because in here I can see exactly where I put my pen, right? When you don't have this, can you zoom in a little bit more? When you don't have this, you do it like Basel. It turns out like this, and this is wrong. This is correct. Okay. So he was he using the pen tool? No, this is by hand. Okay, this is, I'm not kidding. This is by hand. If you get closer, you can see that there is variations, right? There is variations. So some lines are like this, and you can notice the strokes. For example, in here, there's a stronger stroke. Okay, so no, he didn't use variations. He's very, very good. So let me go back to this. Oh my God, no! Wait, guys, wait. There you go. That's what I wanted. Sorry, a lot of things started to happen. Okay, so it's just he's very, very clean. Okay, so Charles, congratulations, man. You're doing a great job in your lines. Okay, so guys, from 1 to 10, what would you give it? Notes one. From 1 to 10. 1 to 10. Brandon, you give a 9. 9 because of the proportions. And I would say 10. Let me tell you why. Because even though the proportions are different, I see this drawing and I go, yeah, I can see that in an anime, in a manga. I can. It is not incorrect. The legs are longer, but I have seen that in many anime. Like maybe sometimes when you see, for example, One Punch Man in some between scenes, you can see some differences in the proportions, but it looks correct. That is just my opinion. So in any case, let's see what does this do. 9, 9, 10. Okay, this is a wow. This is a 9.33. Okay, so score 9.33. Amazing, right? So this is very important. I want to take just a quick moment in here to talk about the importance of staying away from tablet. Do we have those tablets? Let me. Oh yeah. Oh no, shit. We don't have it. I think I borrowed it. Let me just check, guys, really quick if we still have it here. No, we don't have it. No, no, but the not I mean the Wacom Intuos. I borrowed it to Dani. She's the one who has it. Anyway, but say actually I can show you on Amazon. Let's go there. I can go Wacom Intuos. This is the one I have. Okay, this is super duper important. I recommend staying away from these Wacoms. I know they are a little bit less expensive, but with this, you cannot draw really, really good. Am I sharing? Yes? Okay, all good. Yeah. So you can really, really improve a lot when you switch from an Intuos or a screen drawing tablet like that to something that has a screen. If you don't have a screen, go to pencil and paper. That's way better. Okay? Way, way better. But anyway, oh by the way, now that I just checked this, I'm reading a book from John C. Maxwell. Let me share you because I was so impressed. Like, wow, this is a great quote. For you, Basel, this is for you, man. It's easier to move from failure to success than from excuses to success. There's people making excuses. Oh, I don't have time to draw. Oh, I don't know. Like lots and lots of excuses. And Basel, you are doing it. You are improving. You went from 5 to 6, right? 6. According to us, if there was more people, maybe the range could be a little bit wider. But Basel, I know you're getting a new tablet. I believe it is I don't remember. It was a computer. I remember. Basel, you oh, should I buy this one? And then I checked it. Yes, with that computer, a computer tablet, you are definitely going to improve a lot. I promise you. So anyway, guys, if you have a tablet like this, stay away from it. Use pencil and paper. It's way better. Okay. Anyway, oops, no, I want to go to Photoshop. Okay, so Charles, you're doing a great job with your line work. I'm loving it. Everybody loves it. You have a 9.33 on this. Okay, so it's really cool. Now let's check something that I mentioned in the last class. I was talking about the importance of the line work, and I asked you guys to take any reference and then trace it, but try to do the exact line work. So the next drawing you're gonna see is from my favorite character of all times, and we're not judging the drawing, we're judging the line work because Charles traced the image. He didn't copy it, not that I know of. Charles not here.
Sure.
Okay, it would be awesome if you can tell me later, Charles. I don't remember if I asked by email, but the homework was trace. Don't copy it, just trace it. Bring the drawing and then draw over it, but try to have the exact same line work so you can start practicing and you can start developing your intuition. Okay, so this is what Charles did.
You're not sharing that.
I'm not sharing. Thank you, man. You're my lifesaver. Okay, boom. Looking super good, right? Again, he did not copy it, he traced it. So what we're qualifying is the line work. So from 1 to 10, what would you give this? From 1 to 10. Okay. This guy, oh my God. I just love this guy. Not only because he's bald, it has something to do with it, but I love it. We have a 9. Oh, I give it a 10. I get super excited with this. It also it has emotional. I know I'm biased because I love the character. If it was a crappy Saitama, it would go 10, 10. But Mark is crappy. Who cares? It's Saitama. 10. So it would be a 9.33. Great job, Charles. Just so you know, when you see this, your drawing skills for line work, you can already be making money. From 8 and up, you can start making money. Okay, so this is super duper duper good. This is super cool. Okay, finally, yes, nice. I think we're covering everything. We still have a couple of minutes. Yes. Okay, now I want to talk about color. Okay, because that is something I get. As I get a lot of students who do the exercises and then they send me their drawings and they say, oh, I took the liberty to start experimenting with color. And then I look at the colors and I go, "Ah, I don't like it." And they just share it. Okay, if this is some of you, no, actually, there's only you, Brandon. You have been doing great job with the color, but other students, I see the colors and I go, no, I haven't teach, and I talk about that in the 30-day challenge. So in the 30-day challenge, I talk about color and how to not do that because there's actually I was going to I forgot to do that. Have you guys seen the Spider-Man who is in bed, a meme that is Spider-Man in bed, and he goes, "Oh yeah, the color you picked gave me cancer." I don't know if you can find it, man. That would be super color, or something like anything gave me cancer. That one is super awesome. But sometimes I feel like, oh, I want to give that to them because the colors are extremely saturated, are not good, and I want to cover that. Okay, I want this lesson for anyone taking the learning accelerator. I want you guys. Yeah, that's the drawing exactly. Okay, can you send me the link? Okay, just for anyone who doesn't know it, it's super funny. I love it. No, I want to go to Messenger. Okay,
There you go.
okay,
There.
all right. I'm checking it. in here. Yeah, this one, exactly this one. Let me copy it and bring it to it. For me, sometimes it feel like that. That color gave me cancer. Let me tell you what I mean. I'm not posting of now. Extreme Saitama coloring had four shades. Yeah, interesting. Very interesting observation. So yeah, let me just talk about the color. This is an example of doing the hunter's drawing. Actually, let me just do it like this because the drawings usually don't have. This is something I get. For example, I'm not kidding. I'm not putting the original drawings in here because maybe I didn't get permission because it was kind of embarrassing for them. But I just picked the colors and put them in here. I'm not kidding. I was like, seriously, that blue? No, it doesn't work. And the gray, okay, it might work, but the skin color doesn't work. It's for me, it's too yellow. By the way, guys, this is something you should know. I'm colorblind. I don't know if you guys know that, but by the way, you shush. What color is this? What color is this? Yeah, I told him that I was going to ask you guys what color is this. Yeah. Thank you, Brandon, because he keeps insisting that hey, it's pink because he's trolling me. Look, he's so happy because he bought it for me, super duper cool for my birthday. And I was like, oh, and it's gray. I love it. He was like, it's pink because I don't see pink really well. And so in here they troll me. Nah, 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 nah. I don't believe you guys. I don't believe you guys. I truly think this is gray. In my heart, pink and gray are the same shit, anyways. but, but anyway, I'm colorblind. Okay? That is the interesting thing. And being colorblind, I can tell that this drawing would give cancer to Spider-Man. I'm not kidding. Look, he's suffering. This is serious. Look, this is not funny. Okay? So, yeah, I see this and I go, I'm colorblind, and this thing is screaming at me like, "Look, I'm horrible," and like, oof, yeah, I cannot look at it. So, what I want you guys to know is that if you have my same problem, or if you can see the colors perfectly, most of you guys do, uh, this is something you can do. You can just do what I did for the animation we're working on. Look. Oh, by the way, from 1 to 10, let's score the color for this one. This is what a lot of students do, okay? From 1 to 10, what from 1 to 10, this is what I would give it. My score my score from 1 to 10 is cancer.
Three, Brandon. Wow.
Okay, so we have a 3, we have a 1, and I gave it cancer. Okay? So this is like if you take all of that and you create yeah, it's cancer. I'm sorry. The score is cancer, right? If you multiply everything and you divide it by cancer, you get cancer. Sorry, guys. So in general, this is not good. Okay. Now, from 1 to 10, what would you give to this color? By the way, I didn't choose those colors. Okay. I got help, and I'm going to give you that tip right here, right now. So from 1 to 10, oops, no, not that one. 1 to 10. What color is it? Oh my god, I feel so comfortable with this. Now I know it's gray. No more trolling for me.
Or purple, yes.
Bullshit.
Purple.
So we have an 8, we have another 8, and well, I'm biased. I'm gonna give it a 10. So let's be super honest. Score would be an 8. Okay. If I put it, I'm gonna deviate it because I did it. I'm like, yeah, I love it. But from this, I have had a lot of good reviews. I get students like, how the fuck did you, well, without the that French word, how the heck did you get that those colors? Can you teach me how to do that? And I would like, okay, in the learning accelerator, I'm gonna talk about this. I don't remember who was it. Maybe it was you. No, it was not you, Charles. I don't remember who was it. Anyway, let me tell you what I did. This is what I did. I just went to the internet. I took the exact same colors from a scene on Attack on Titan. That's what I did. And if you look, they are the same exact colors. Let me put them on top. The exact same colors. Look, I'm gonna create a new layer so I can prove it. And if I take this color, look, is exactly that one. Okay, the same color. The yellow for the hair, the exact yellow. The shadow I used for the hair, the exact same one. Can you see? I took the exact same colors. Now, for the clothes, I thought those were a little bit dark. So I just made it a little bit clearer and the other one a little bit less saturated. And also for the skin color, I changed the skin color. But look, it's very respectable. For a color, by the way, guys, for a colorblind person to do this, I feel like I'm in heaven. Like, yeah. Shh. Okay, so this is something you can be doing. This is what I recommend. 8 without cancer, definitely. Like you're commenting there. So definitely, this is something you can do. Pick the correct colors. Which, by the way, I learned something super interesting from getting this. I was like, okay, yeah. Usually, I use white for this color for the eyes. But look what I learned. Let me make it smaller. Is that this is actually not white? Can you see? I don't know if you guys can see it. I can make a zoom.
Yeah.
Let me magnifier.
He learned that as well, says Brandon.
Look, this is super interesting. Actually, can I move this? Nope. Okay.
Yeah,
Is it-
Brandon says,
okay, I can move the screen like this. Yeah, it's very interesting. It's not white. Okay, it's gray, and the color for the oops, can I do? uh, Let me see if okay. And the color for the brightest part of the eye is also not white. Look, it's a clear form of gray, and it's I'm using the exact same color for the shiny part and the exact same color for the eye white, right? Very, very interesting. I was like, wow, I learned that. So there are very, very subtle things, and all the white they used are the same. Look, for me, it was wow. And all of that from just getting a reference because this is something you need to understand. You need to embrace your weakness. Let's see, well, yeah. But anyway, this is something that I wanted to talk about. Super duper important. The color selection you do has to be, if you can, take a reference. I just went to because that is this one, Attack on Titan and One Punch Man are my favorite anime, and I'm checking the new episodes. By the way, are any of you checking Attack on Titan and One Punch? Any of you? Those are the only two animes I'm watching because if I have a lot of work. But yeah, only One Punch. Brandon, are you checking any of those? Maybe you're super busy, but oh my god, I'm super excited. No spoilers here, but I got like, whoa! Rise of the Shield Hero. Well, sounds interesting. I haven't seen that one. Ah, and One Punch, yeah. Okay, anyway, that is. Oh, woo! We got enough time. So let's we can wrap up this class. Did you guys learn anything here? I'll have you watch it, Saro. Yeah, super cool. All right. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna watch it after we get
It's
through
the
a
one
lot
I
of
made
things.
with the raccoon.
The what?
The one I made with the raccoon.
Ah, okay. Okay, interesting. Anyway, guys, for a colorblind person, I can do correct colors. Why? Because I'm not letting my ego get in the way, like, I'm gonna prove to you guys. No, I go like, okay, you know what? I suck at this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick a reference and pick the exact same colors. And that's how I got the correct colors or very respectable colors. I think we can all agree that an 8 for color work is really cool, right? I got an 8. I give myself a 10, but that's just my ego talking. That's not me. That's my. But I really, really liked it. Like when I was doing it, I was so proud, and it's super good, duper cool. The bottle is still pink, Mark. Okay. Anyways, this is all. This is everything. Do we still have 51 minutes? Brandon, do you have any questions? We can handle some questions before we wrap this up. Did you learn anything? Did you like this class?
Questions. He wants to improve something.
Any questions? We could take any of the drawings. We could put the drawings you sent me on Facebook, maybe. Why not? Do you
Yeah.
want to
Do you
critique
want
my
to
stuff?
criticize my stuff?
Okay, I'm not the super expert. By the way, guys, this is also super duper important. Before every class, I put a lot of time and I take references and I get help. When Presha is available, he helps me to criticize, and then I go. But we can give it a try, okay? Because I'm not an expert. I'm still learning. Presha, that's one of her drawings. She sent it to me. Ah, it's super duper cool. Actually, let's give a score to Fresha's drawing. Let me bring it.
Cheating.
Super duper quick. What would you give to this one? Because I really loved it. It was
Brandon still's gonna get her books.
yeah, super cool. From 1 to 10, that's God mode. From 1 to 10, what would you give to this one? This one really, 28. Ah, me too. Oh my god, I love it. She When she sent it to me, I was like, oh, wow, from a professional mangaka. Super duper cool. It was an honor. So the thing is, I'm still improving. I don't know everything there is to know to drawing. Actually, Saro is going to be way better than me in some time. It has to pass 10 to super huge
Yeah,
number.
it's
So yeah, she has been drawing for decades. Oh, thank you, man. Okay, so yeah, Brandon, we can open up your stuff, and by that I mean everything in the good sense. Okay, no, Brandon, there you go. Okay, so let's bring this one to the table. By the way, guys, if you're watching this as a replay, it would be super cool if you can email me. Okay, I'm gonna put my email again. mds at to the animation11.com. That's my email. So it would be super cool if you also give scores. So we can discuss that also and get to learn more. Anyway, let's take this one, bring it to Photoshop. That's one. This is Brandon. This is one. And this is Brandon learning digital painting. Okay, this one. I think it's I think it's cool. It's opening. Come on, man. Copy image. And this is another one. Okay. Let me just make it fit. Okay, so the first one from. Oh, by the way, this is gonna be for your animation, right? Brandon, is this? I believe this is gonna be for an animation. Yes. Okay. So for animation, this is not for artwork. It's more for animation. So in that context, from 1 to 10. The one, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's super cool. Okay. By the way, Brandon, I'm learning new stuff to animate super duper fast, so we can take that uh, with. I think it's. I'm gonna recommend a Crazy Talk animator. But anyway, let's see what can happen. We can talk later on Facebook because I have very interesting news for you. And from 1 to 10, what would you give it? From 1 to 10 for an animation, I would say mm, an 8.
Two.
No, for an animation, I think it's cool. A 9. Okay. Let me tell you why an 8 or a 9, because the line work, I think it's cool. Maybe the things that I would improve is the hands. Okay, maybe the hands in general, and the feet. The feet, the line feels a little bit wiggly, like I'm exaggerating, but it's a little bit off. So just make sure. I'm very trembly, by the way. That's another one of my weaknesses. Ah, okay. Yeah, it's
Is one smaller than the other?
yeah. This one is but just a little bit, not too much. If we put a line in here, but it's okay. It doesn't jump at me. Okay. In general, this works perfectly for an animation. But I would just improve those lines. And by the way, guys, uh, I have a trembly hand, so if I go very slowly, this is how my lines look. Actually, let me do that in Photoshop because that is one of my weaknesses. Look, let me pick a dark color. If I do this, look, I'm not kidding. I have to do it fast if I want it, or if I'm very detailed. That's why I go like this because I can. My hands are shaky, so I have to do this. So me with a shaky hand, I can do a clean line that looks kind of straight. You can do the same for these lines. And in general, this is something I recommend, Brandon. I recommend you do very thin lines, very, very thin. That is some a critic that Presha told me. Like she said, dude, don't do. She doesn't call me dude, but she said, in my language would be, dude, don't use lines that are too thick. She said it looks way better when you use very thin lines, like in her book, very very thin. She was criticizing some of my artwork, and that is why.
That's an 8.9 or maybe 4 or
Okay,
5.
I would go with a 2 or even 1. Okay,
And
it's a little bit more difficult, but that is what I did in here. I did very, very thin lines. Okay. And then when I paid attention to references, I also noticed that the lines are very, very thin. So I recommend that. Okay. That is a recommendation. I think it's going to look way better. And you can do that thing of something that Presha recommends, like doing some parts a little bit thicker. Okay. Anyway, let's move on. We're done. Let's just
Perfect.
move this one from 1 to 10. We're not doing digital painting. I personally suck at digital painting right now. Okay. Later, maybe I'm gonna improve, but the one who's gonna be a master at it is Sato. So okay, from 1 to 10, what would you give to this painting? Super brutally honest. 10 means shut up and take my money, and 1 means you survived. The selection would be okay. The selection, that is very interesting. Selection. I'm terrible at judging color. I'm not gonna. It's. I don't know what you guys are talking about. This is in black and white, so you don't fool me. So Brandon, you put a 6. The color selection, I'm not the good one. The proportions would be 5 to 6. Okay, interesting, interesting. So okay, so that's it. We're wrapping this up. This is just for fun, like taking this. The one who could judge this way better is Presha, but because of the timing, right now she's sleeping in her city. She's from Poland, so it would be super cool if one day she could be here live. But anyway, the one who could help you better would be Presha for this. Okay. One eye is bigger than the other. Yeah. Well, it's supposed to be bigger, but not too big because it's farther away from the camera. It should be smaller, the one that is the other side.
Image character or something.
But yeah, it shouldn't be that small. Okay, so that's it. Let's wrap this up. Okay, so Brandon, tips is make this character with the lines a little bit smaller. I know that for YouTube this works, but I do recommend thinner lines. It's gonna be way more professional once you add color. Okay, so I think that's it. Thank you so much, Brandon, for assisting and helping us with the purple bottle. I know it's gray because the first answer was the honest one. So thank you guys and anyone watching the replay. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. We had a lot of fun. So take care, guys.